So we've been learning about the Sermon on the Mount and how Jesus has been teaching us how to live our lives. And today we'll learn about when Jesus says to watch out for false prophets. But first of all, we're going to play a game. Okay, I'm going to show you 4 pictures and you have to see which one is the odd one out or which one is the imposter. So here's our first one. I want you to type in the chat box which one you think is the imposter. Is it A, B, C or D? You've got 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the correct answer is D. So of course, Shrek is not part of the Toy Story film. And here's our second one. So is it A, B, C or D? Which one is the imposter? You've got 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the correct answer is C. So Dusty Crophopper is part of the Planes films and the rest are part of the Cars films. And the last one now, which is the imposter, is it A, B, C or D? You've got 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the correct answer is B. So all of the others are Disney princesses. I just need a Snapchat filter to make me look like one. So write down in the chat box how many you got out of 3. Well done if you got all of those right. There's a popular game out at the moment called Among Us. Now some of you might have played it, but for those of you who don't know, it's a game that's set in space and there's crew members aboard a ship and they have to complete tasks. Now at the beginning of the game, some very important words come across the screen. There is an imposter among us. Now one person is assigned the role of the imposter and it's their job to go around the ship and try and kill the crewmates before they complete their tasks. So the crew members have to figure out who the imposter is before the imposter gets to them all. And during the discussion time, they all get to vote who they think the imposter is, and the person with the most votes gets ejected off the ship. Now the imposter doesn't want to get caught, so he has to make himself look like he's one of the crewmates, and he has to pretend to do the tasks. Now, I know what you're probably thinking, this all sounds a bit vicious, and what has this got to do with Sermon on the Mount? Well, in Matthew chapter 7, verse 15, Jesus says, "Watch out for false prophets. They come to you in sheep's clothing, but inside they are vicious wolves." So what Jesus is saying here is we've got to watch out for people who make themselves look like they're part of God's crew, but really they're imposters. They make it look like they're doing tasks for God, but really they're not doing it to please God. They're doing it maybe to please themselves and make themselves feel good, or they might be trying to please other people, make themselves look good and say, look how amazing I am. So Jesus goes on to say, not everyone who comes to me saying, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of heaven. Only the ones who do the will of my Father. Many will come to me on that day and say, Lord, didn't we prophesy in your name? And in your name drive out demons? And in your name perform many miracles? I will say to them plainly, I did not know you. Only God's crew members get to go to heaven. It's not enough to act like a crew member on a Sunday, but then go about our everyday life doing our own thing. If we live each and every day of our lives for God, we will be part of his crew. But as for the imposters, well, we're going to sing a song now which is called On the March, and it's all about being part of God's crew and changing the world for him.
Come on, soldiers!